What's up, guys? So before I go on vacation next week, wanted to prep you guys with some cool content that's coming your way. We're gonna give you behind the scenes of an SE30 Jota, a few other cars. And on today's show, I'm gonna give you guys an inside look at all the new cars that just came in, some incredible cars that we just sold. And at the end of the video, stay tuned, an update on Stradman's white on white Countach. It is coming out really, really nicely. But before we get to that, I have to this is sort of shocking to me right now. Like, being here in our showroom is completely overwhelming. If you guys knew what our original showroom looked like, Albert will put a picture on the screen. It did not look like this. So dreams come true. This is completely insane. But right now, we have probably some of the best Lamborghini Diablos in the world in one place. It doesn't get much better than this, and we have sort of scattered about some incredible Ferraris as well. So obviously we have two SE30s now. We have our Rosso SE30 in the back. We just sold this beautiful black on cream snow corn interior Diablo SV, white graphics, really, really beautiful car. And next to it is not the same yellow 512M from last week's video. This is a different car. This is actually the Frankfurt Motor Show car. So very rare car. I actually have original photos of it from the Frankfurt Motor Show car. I believe this has a pending deal, and the other yellow 512M from last week's video just sold. Before we get into the really, really crazy unicorns that are at the back of the room, I'm going to show you guys a couple more cars. The ammo Countach is here. It's finally here. We sort of started to get it running. It's going to need a lot of love, but it's a really good foundation, the 5000S. Right in front of it is another famous YouTube car that was discovered sort of sitting in a barn without its engine. The engine has been sent to Italy. We're rebuilding the engine. We're rebuilding the gearbox. But beautiful 1989, very rare VIN, so it's a KLA VIN, 1989 5000 QV Countach. It was actually produced in '88 because it was such a late car. It's one of the last 8 Countaches made before the 25th anniversary. Bianco Perlato on red, very rare color, low miles, cool car. So we're gonna finish that car and get that car perfect again. And then, we don't have one, we don't have two, we have 3 F40s sitting here. This is something that we're gonna feature very soon on YouTube. An LM kit, original Michelotto LM kit on a straight F40. This car is absolutely insane. We sold it to a great client, Pet Fred of Mod Find. So he's gonna definitely be enjoying this car. LM turbos, wastegate, this is as bad as it gets. But next to it are probably 2 of the most original F40s we've seen in a long time. This is a late production 1992 car, 5,000 miles, really nice car that we got. This is for sale currently. And then, sort of the gem of all F40s, it doesn't get more crazy than this. I did not even know this car existed. So Ferrari made about 100 or so. Some records say 57, some records say 80. Sliding window, the plexiglass racing windows, F40s. And these cars traditionally would have been the early 87, 88, 89 cars. The early production were much more raw. They had the fixed suspension, they had no cats, and they had these windows with the different doors. And this is a very late production. Some people have told me one of 5, one of 4. Very late production that was special ordered in 1991 with the basically non-adjust suspension, which is more like the racing version, and the sliding windows. 3,400 miles, Classic A. It doesn't get better than this unicorn F40, so very cool to have that car here and have 3 F40s here right now. And then, before we get into these unicorns, I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. This hasn't hit our website yet, but I love these cars. This is the '99 Diablo Roadster. This is the end of the Diablo Roadster production. If you go back into records, I believe there's about a total of 80 cars that came to North America. There was the Momo edition that was included in that number, and the Millennium edition. So you have about 60 99 Roadsters plus the Momos plus the Millenniums that came to North America. A lot of these cars were ruined, destroyed, and accidents. So to find a nice car is pretty rare. Cool car, Rosso on the beige, 2-owner car, just beautiful. And I think these cars are so undervalued. This is like a $500,000 car today, and I think it's just so undervalued for what it is. And then, not one, but two Diablo GTs. Now, you guys saw this car. We drove it. I know a lot of you gave me shit for the way I drove it on the track, but it was a rainy day, and this is very expensive inventory, and I am not going to be that guy that wrecks a Diablo GT on YouTube. So, you can say what you want. I was not driving this car very hard. Obviously, the tires are fresh. You know, I could have, but it was a rainy day. Didn't want any mistakes. We just sold this car, and I'm going to miss this car so much. I am absolutely loving this, just absolutely in love with this car. So, very rare. 80 cars in the world for Diablo GT. There's one, there's two. And this, Arancio, California. It's insane. This car is 3,000 miles, Arancio, California. And then if you look at the seats, they're actually factory Arancio inserts on the race seats, which is so freaking cool. I believe this car just sold, which, I mean, this car is just absolutely sick. Diablo GT, to me, is the most undervalued sort of modern supercar today. For what they trade for. So it's an honor to have these two cars here. And I think now that would make about 10 Diablo GTs in the US. This car we just brought in. So really, really beautiful, stunning, stunning car. And then, if you have not been on social media, you've missed this car somehow. This is pretty much as crazy as it gets. This has broke the internet. It is the Deep Verde Metallic Metallizzato SE30 Jota factory car, factory Jota with a green suede interior. This is not custom. This was ordered. Basically, Manfred Schmidt, very well-known Lamborghini VIP. He ordered a triple black Countach downdraft with black wheels. It was a famous car. And he also owned a Mura SVJ at one point. So famous collector ordered this car brand new. It's actually a metallic green shade from Mercedes. And basically, it lived its entire life in Germany. Stunning, stunning car. If you don't know much about Jotas, I mean, I do talk about them all the time, but this is believed to be one of the 19 factory cars. It was the only car produced in this color. I mean, and it's just insane. We sold this car, we posted it online, we flew it here, and it sold literally within 24 hours. It's a new world record price for a Diablo, which is very exciting. It's an honor for me, too, to be part of, I would say, the valuation in these cars and where they're going. I think these cars have been way undervalued for too long. So it's an honor to be part of this car's life. And we still got to clean it up and do a few things. But if you look at the details, I know Albert's going to do a ton of great B-roll. It's just so freaking cool. And to have a Jota here, we've now had 2 of the original factory Jotas. We currently own another factory Jota of the 19 cars. And we owned one of the cars that a kit was put on. And if you think about Jota kits, we also had another kit here as well. So we love these cars. We love these period cars. And then, now it's time to give you guys a sneak peek of the Stradman Countach.
Show us the pace car light too.
How could I forget that? Thank you to an incredible follower who basically, he worked for the original company that made the lights when they were new, and he recreated this. He did a perfect job. So the PPG Pace Car, while it's a slow process, and any restoration and getting the details perfect is slow, it is such a great feeling when you get something as perfect as this light. So another great update. So engine came out, and if you've ever seen the way a Countach engine comes out, it actually comes out literally through the chassis, out through the top. You don't drop this or anything like that. It's a very difficult process to do. And we have completely resealed the engine, so all new seals, gaskets, fresh clutch, fresh flywheel. We're now going through the cooling system, and we are preparing this car. Compressor, alternator, everything is new. All the AC lines, so that our friend Stradman James can drive this back to Utah. So completely insane. I love it. We support them. We're almost done. I believe the engine goes back in today. Fresh spark plug wires, fresh spark plugs, cleaned up basically rotor cap, etc. New gaskets and seals on the gearbox. So very excited to get this finished product to him. Engine will go back in, and then it's basically probably a week of testing, make sure everything runs right. I'm probably gonna try to put 40, 50 miles on it, get it up to temp a few times, and we will deliver this car turnkey for him. So stay tuned, a ton more great content coming on that. We'll do the testing, we'll do much, much more, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Not sure if you'll see me next week, I'll be on vacation, but I know we'll have some great content for you regardless.